Welcome everyone to another recording of Ramblings of a Lymphoma Lunatic. I've actually got another lymphoma survivor here today with me to talk about her journey. This is Chloe. Me and Chloe met doing Courage on the Catwalk for Friends of Anchor. So we've not even been friends long.
No, not at
Really?
all. Like 6 months or something.
I know, it's right. And you're one of the only other people I've met in person that has the same cancer as me.
Yeah.
And we discovered that the first time we met.
Exact same diagnosis as well.
I know, so weird. So do you just want to like tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Chloe. I am 23. I work at Albine Hospital in the pre-assessment department. Just as a healthcare assistant. Live with my partner out in Torre, Jack. He's brilliant.
He's been by your side for
the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time. He might be annoying, but he is like the best thing that probably ever happened to me. So yeah, I don't give him praise as often as I should, but
But you've got to like not keep, we don't want to like make their heads huge.
Yeah.
We have to kind of keep them
and
in check.
but I do tell him, he doesn't wipe the smile off his face. So
and how have you found everything since Courage?
well, it's been a bit of a whirlwind.
You're like a celebrity
Yeah,
now.
I know. I was going to say I've not really stopped. It was like Courage in May, and then I had the Race for Life in June, and I feel like now is just my time that I've just actually stopped a minute, and that was a moment like I got quite unwell last week, and I think it was just like everything kind of catching up on me from the past year, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And then I was reflecting on it, and it was everywhere I looked, my face in the papers, and I'm like, is that me? Is that what I look like?
Oh my god.
Is that what I sound like?
To be fair, you have been in a lot of papers.
Yeah. Do you know what else? It's like they don't actually tell me. I just see my face. I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, there's again.
It's like someone messages me and they're like, oh, you're so like seeing the paper, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know I was in it. Thanks.
Like I say, local celebrity, so I'm getting an inside scoop here.
Yeah.
An exclusive before
you're
you
getting the first
total famous. You'll be like on Loose Women or something next.
That's the goal.
Is that
That's the goal.
To be fair, I'd love to be on just to meet Olivia Atwood.
Yeah.
Like I would love to meet her.
I actually really liked it when that GK Barry was on it. You know, the one that was on the I'm a Celeb.
Is she not on it anymore?
I don't know. She's been in like a few episodes, but I don't know if she's on it like all the time or if it's just like a.
Yeah, I like her too. To be fair. Do you want to just start by like talking about your journey and how it started for you? It probably is going to end up being quite similar to mine. This might be really interesting to kind of speak to each other about this, but
what the actual like start was. So it feels like the past 2 years have just went past so much, and so much has happened between like hospital appointments and just like actually dealing with it, processing it, going back to work, and like adjusting in that kind of weird period of time.
Yeah.
So like the first time we probably noticed that there was something up with me was back in November of 2022. And I remember it so distinctively because I was in work at the time, and because I obviously work in a hospital, so we had to wear masks at that time because it was kind of like that weird kind of COVID period.
Oh yeah.
But it was like we were just out of COVID, but it wasn't enough out of it that everyone was kind of like okay with it.
Okay.
So we still wore masks in work, and I remember I was working my shift. It was 2 till 10 o'clock, and me and my friend Leanne, we were in the theatres cleaning the theatres, and I took my mask off to sit and have a drink of water, and she was like, "What's wrong with your neck?" And I was like, rude. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And she was like, no, you look like you've had like an allergic reaction or something, because that's what it did look like to start with. It did like it was so slight, but it was there, and we were like, right, okay. So then you start panicking. I'm a hypochondriac. I was like, oh my god, like something's wrong with me. So from there, straight away we left work, and she took me to A&E because we thought I had an allergic reaction.
Yeah. Okay. So you were thinking that you were going to need like an adrenaline or injection or something. Yeah.
So I was like, right, okay, so up to A&E, waited, and there was like, no, actually, like it's nothing like that, but it's nothing that we can probably look into right now. Go to your GP tomorrow. So I was like, all right, okay. So I went to my GP the next day, and I was like, oh no, like nothing's there. Looks like you had tonsillitis last week. We think it's like a lingering infection. I was like, okay, so lingering infection from a tonsillitis.
Okay.
Never heard of that, but whatever. And it was because it was just on one side, you know, when you're a bit like, right,
yeah,
no worries. And then it's like the more I'd seen it, like the more I looked at the lump, the more I seen it. If you know what I mean? you
could tell it was
notice it
there.
more.
Mhm.
So then it was like, oh, that's annoying. So then I went back to my doctor again, and there was like, oh, it looks like you've got like a reaction in your lymph nodes that'll go down within 2 to 3 weeks.
And was it painful or anything?
It was painful when I was drinking alcohol.
Was it?
Which
See,
is
I
one of the
never got that
symptoms.
symptom. No, I know
Yeah,
that is one of the
it's
symptoms,
almost
but
like a
I never
sharp.
got
I
that.
kept getting like these sharp pains. It was weird. It was
Mm.
almost like a shooting like pins and needles type of thing. It's so weird to describe. And I just remember thinking, oh, 2 to 3 weeks, and I was like, my 21st birthday party's in 4 weeks.
Oh, so.
And I was like, this better go down. And it went up. It just kept growing. And then, but every time I went to the doctor, they were like, no, it's nothing, you're fine. So then I was like, right, okay. And then it was my 21st birthday party, and I was like hiding it with my hair. And there's literally, I think, 2 photos of me from my birthday party.
Because you actually felt self-conscious about it.
Yeah, it was all I could see. All I could see. There's a photo of me and my mum and my dad, and I can see the shadow, like, because it was just like uneven on one side. So I was like, right,
Yeah,
that's fine. And then it was going on months and months and months. And then I went back to my GP, I think 5 times in total.
Oh my gosh.
And it wasn't until like the end of January I seen a different doctor, and she was like, oh, do you know that you're a cancer risk? And I was like, right, okay. And then Jack was like, oh, like, it'll be okay. Like, we'll see what they say. Like, we'll see what Jack's very like, he keeps him level-headed.
Yeah, okay, logical.
Yes, yeah. He looks at all aspects. I hear one thing and I'm like, oh my god, like that's what it is.
You're off, yeah.
Yeah. So like, but the more people you spoke to, you kind of think like, it's not gonna be cancer. I'm 21. Like,
yeah.
I'm 21. There's no way it's gonna be that.
So did that GP like refer you for a biopsy?
She referred me to have it looked at the ENT department.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yeah, because we obviously didn't know that it was a haematology illness.
No,
so
of course,
I went to ENT first.
That's where I went first as well. That must just be the way they kind of do it. Yeah.
So I was seeing a few different doctors, and they was like, oh, we'll do an FNN test. Don't know if you ever had an FNN test.
What's an FNN test?
An awful needle in your neck that's about yay big.
Is that when they take a bit out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did have that.
So they done that to me, I think, about 5 times. Like, I was actually maybe more than that. I'm thinking about it. I was maybe. So the first time I went, they done it twice, and the next time I went, they done it twice, and the next time I went, they done it 3 times. So it's 7. Yeah. Awful.
I had it done once and it failed,
but mine kept failing, and they just kept doing it.
No, they just went for like surgeries after that. They never tried to do that thing again. But yeah, it's awful for anyone that's had to get one of them done.
Yeah, they're not nice, and
so to have to get it done a few times.
I had the worst needle phobia ever. Like, I used to faint. I used to be sick. Like, everything. I was sobbing. I called the lady who done it a bitch. Like,
oh,
I felt so bad. I was like, oh my god. And I just remember I was sobbing, and I'm holding Jack's hand, and he's just like, you're okay. And I'm like, I'm not okay. Like, this bitch is in my neck. Oh, it was
so by
awful.
this point now, you must be talking like weeks of having to go back to get these done.
Yeah.
Weeks of not actually knowing if it's cancer
like,
or
from
not.
From when they test it then takes a while for them to actually go and look at it and whatnot. And then it was until March 8th, 2023. So from the November, very start of November, from then to March 8th, that was when they said to me, you've got cancer.
Did you ever have to go for a scan or anything?
So,
like before they started doing that with your lump, or because you had a visible lump?
So I had the ultrasound guided FNN test.
Oh, did they? Oh,
so they knew that it was all swollen and whatnot. So then it wasn't until then that they was like, no, you've got like lymphoma, but we don't know whether it's Hodgkin's or non-Hodgkin's.
Oh, and then you've got to go and get all that done.
So then I had to go and get a surgery done. So not only from that, like, my mum and dad didn't live here. They don't live here. So the day that I got diagnosed, I had to phone my mum and dad and tell them over the phone that I have cancer. And like, in a way that wasn't going to alert my, at the time, 11-year-old brother.
Oh, yeah, because you don't want to give him any information until you have all the facts and you know what's happening. You want to protect him from, Yeah,
I didn't tell anyone. Like, no, hardly anyone actually knew what was actually going on with me at that point. Because, like, all my friends were away booking holidays and booking festivals and all this. Like, we were all 21. We were all trying to live our lives. And I was, like, trying to see who would come with me to get my next blood test done. Like,
yeah.
there was a lot going on at the same time. There's like phoning my mum, phoning my brother, like having to phone everyone because no, like it was only Jack that was with me. It was me and him that was there at that moment when they said it. So like looking back on it, I'm like, oh my god, that's so traumatizing for like a 21-year-old girl to be told that.
I know, and not have like your full support network just at hand.
Yeah. So it was like phoning everyone, and then like from then it drove straight to Jack's parents' house. Jack's mum gave me a hug and was like, "Oh, you're okay. Like we'll all deal with this. It'll be fine." But then like you're kind of like, oh, you've got to act like it's going to be fine because everyone else is just as scared as you are.
Yeah. So you've got so when I was diagnosed, this was said to me like as a cancer patient, you've actually got an emotional interest in protecting everyone else around you. Yeah. So as much as it's happened to you,
it's
you
happening
don't,
to everyone,
and you don't want to make it. It's not that you feel guilty. You can't feel guilty because you're not doing it to them, but you don't want to make it worse for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you having that emotional interest in them automatically makes you want to protect them. So you probably did put on like a bravery.
I did, honestly, and I feel, but I honestly feel like it helped me because it distracted me. When you're hiding it from everyone else, hiding how you feel, eventually it's like that fake it till you make it.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you do start thinking, you know what? Maybe it isn't as bad as what it is, but looking back on it, it's like, no, it definitely was bad. Definitely was bad, but like, what are you supposed to do when you're trying to protect everyone's feelings?
Yeah.
Because everyone's scared. We're all in it together. So, like, it was my diagnosis, but it was all of us at hand that was dealing with that pain and that kind of after effect of the diagnosis. So it was a lot to deal with at a young age, I must say. It was a lot to
I mean, I can't even imagine being 21 and having to hear, you know, like,
yeah,
I've been through similar, pretty much the same.
The exact same.
And I was in my 30s, you know what I mean? So to be 21, you know, really, I know at 21 you don't see yourself as still being like a kid, but like you are still like very much in your kind of teenage bubble. You're not a teenager because you're in your 20s, but you're only just like, do you know what I mean? Like,
well, I was still in that group because like at the hospital I was still in the young adults and teens or whatever it was. I was still in that age category.
Yeah, so it's like you're not really like, you are an adult, but you're not.
I feel like I am now. Like I feel like the whole process is kind of forced me to grow up faster than what I would have liked to.
Yeah,
I would have rather been doing everything that my friends were doing, going out and go to festivals, go to holidays, but I wasn't allowed to do that.
Yeah.
I had to go to the hospital and go get tests done and get needles in my neck.
And you know, your friends, like you say, are going out, they're booking festivals, they're doing this, they're doing that, and you're just thinking, well, I can't do any of that things because I've got to think about my health. I've got to go in the hospital. I've got to go and get these like drugs.
But it wasn't even just doing that. It was like I couldn't even see my friends because they were doing that stuff, and because the doctor said to me, "You need to watch your immune system."
Your immune system.
So I couldn't even go and see my friends.
You've got to keep it. Yeah, I was going to say really
like,
small.
There was like a select few people that I could actually go and see. There was a select few people that actually was in a position that they could come and see me, that they weren't going out and mingling all the time and getting unwell and whatnot, because like that's probably the one thing they tell you when you're going through chemotherapy and everything, is just to like
well, it's like kind of like being in COVID. That's how I kind of said it to people. It's kind of
it was
similar.
Like going back in a lockdown, like a personal lockdown, and it felt like it was the longest lockdown in your life.
Yeah.
Although it only lasted a period of a few months, but like it was like the longest lockdown ever, emotionally and mentally.
And like I say, at the age that you were
I turned 18 in the December, and then we went into lockdown in the March, and then I turned 21 in the December, and I went into chemo and everything in the March. So it was like, it was like that kind of ages were like prominent for me, and they were ripped away from me.
Yeah.
And as well as that, like when I went through like the kind of diagnosis period, and they said, oh, like they obviously mentioned about everything that can kind of happen out with and like after having the treatment, and there was like about your eggs in your kids, menopause and whatnot,
pregnant.
So then that was another thing. It was like being 21 and having to decide whether or not you wanted to have your eggs frozen.
And how was that decision? Because I have no frame of reference to that because I had Millie, and when I was asked about that, I was like, I'm not interested in having any more kids, and it's not on my priority list. But I can imagine being as young as you were, having to make that decision, that being in front of you, and then also, I don't think it's a very pleasant experience on its by itself either. From what
Yeah.
I've learned and heard, like that in itself is quite a procedure and stuff to have to go through.
It was not the easiest at all. I think for me, all I wanted to do was not have to go through it all, and then in 5 years' time be told I can't have kids. That was the easiest way for me. I was like, once I finished all this in like 5 years in the future, say, and I went, oh yeah, I do that. Let's think about having a kid. And then they're like, oh no, you can't because 5 years ago you ruined your chances.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, right, I'm gonna have to do it. But the whole process of it is it's a lot because, like I said, I had the worst needle phobia, and the whole process of it is inject the needles in yourself.
Is it okay? So that's what you have to do. Yeah.
And then obviously from doing that, you gain a lot of weight.
Okay.
Like so that was one of the worst things for me. The whole time, the worst things for me was like losing my hair and the gaining the weight, and that's kind of when that kind of process kind of started.
Well, that's the thing. You're 21 as well, and you know, without being biased, I think you're beautiful.
Thank you.
And when I've seen photos of you at 21, you know, you're absolutely stunning. You're flourishing. You know, and at 21, you know, it's not that your image is important to you, but you are like.
But as a 21-year-old woman, like you want to just preserve that young feel to yourself.
Yeah, of course. And like I say, you're coming into womanhood where you've like, you know, you're probably getting adult money. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You're you know what I mean? Like you really,
can spend it on like nice clothes.
Yeah, like all your makeups and whatever you want to do. So I can imagine that would definitely, one, losing your hair, such an impact on your body image, but also you're saying the gaining weight. Yeah.
Because like the whole egg thing, like that's kind of when I started to notice that I was gaining weight, because not only that, but you'll know yourself from when you had Billy that you get hungrier from the hormones and you want to snack more, and like the bloating, and because it was essentially like the first stages of IVF. That's what it is.
Okay.
So it's the first stages of IVF to like fertilize your eggs, but you don't get them fertilized. So it's like you go through the whole process and then they take them out and they're ready to be fertilized.
So whenever you're ready, they're there for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that is what's happening, but it's not like a guarantee, because like I said, like my period and everything came back, so I'm not like in the position that other people would be, where it's like after chemo nothing comes back and you have to use the eggs.
Okay.
But if I do need to, they're there.
They're there.
And they're ready. And I had 15 frozen as well.
Gosh. Okay.
Which is like unheard of. Like
I take it that's a lot.
Yeah, like but again, it's because I was so young.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I was so young, I had so many.
Yeah. Okay.
That's one of the reasons. But most people, I think the most people will get like 8 or 9.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you've got a lot more
chances, and
15 kids, 15 little Chloes.
Absolutely not. I don't think Jack would be very happy. When I was diagnosed in March to when I actually started chemo, it wasn't until May, because I had to take basically a month out to go and do the IVF and then have my eyes frozen, which is another procedure.
Okay, so so you had like quite a while.
Yeah, because when they scanned me again after it, they told me, so I had a 12-centimeter tumor on my neck with nodes, cancerous nodes to my collarbone and my armpit. And I did notice over that kind of period of time, obviously you notice that more lumps come up, and it definitely was because I took more time, but that was just the decision that I made.
And the scary thing is that lymphoma is actually really present in young people.
Yeah, it's weird because they say it's such a rare cancer, but do you not think that you see it everywhere now?
Yeah, I think in certain age groups as well. I know, like, just from being in the cancer world, like teenagers and young people do kind of have a spike when it comes to that. My age group is quite rare. Like that 30s in the middle is not the, I don't know, not like the, I think I'd be more likely to get other types of cancers than I would be lymphoma. But obviously that's what I ended up with. And then I think when you're older as well, you maybe have like a bit of a higher risk of developing it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, it is a very rare cancer, so I don't know how they work all that statistics out.
Well, when we looked into it, it was like, I think they said it was like 19 people a year that gets diagnosed in the UK.
Which is really not a lot.
So no wonder I became like this local celebrity. One of the few. You've got to laugh. You've got to laugh when you're crying.
I mean, to be fair, you do suit being a celebrity. So if this is a kickstart into
Yeah.
it, like you deserve it
I
after
always
everything
wanted
you've
to be
been through.
famous. It was just never for this reason.
Yeah, but after everything you've been through, if you manage to get famous out of it, then that's
Yeah,
like
and you know what? I
your
was like,
silver lining.
when I'm doing it, I'm like, you know what? It's actually it's something like that you have that I've become so passionate about. It's like raising awareness for young people, for young women, like especially because I feel like young people get looked over a lot because you just assume that cancer is for older people.
They don't fit into the criteria or the categories,
Yeah.
or yeah.
And the screening processes for a lot of cancers, they're starting so much later than they should be.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everyone should be screened from a young age because you don't know what age it's going to creep up on you.
No, and the thing that blew my mind is like how much you get told to like check your breast for lumps, but nobody's ever mentioned to me my whole life to check your lymph nodes.
Yeah.
Or to be aware of your lymph nodes. Like just even, you know, you don't necessarily have to check them, but if one does come up.
Yeah, like check your armpits, check your groin, because that's where you get checked. Check your armpits, your groin, your collarbone, your neck. Just check it all because you don't know, like you don't know how likely you are to get it. Like it's out there. If anyone can get it, so why not check everyone for it?
Yeah.
I learned to check myself.
Yeah.
I learned to feel myself, and like there was another lump here, but they told me no, you're fine, it's gone, and that was like the 4th of July.
Oh.
That it was essentially cancer-free day.
Yeah.
And I posted it on my social media and everything because obviously you think yeah that this is it, and then my mum always said she had like this feeling in her gut that it wasn't. She said it just didn't feel like it, and like obviously you check yourself and whatnot, and then I went back for like my follow-up scan 2 months later. Oh no, it's actually on the other side. I knew it was, I felt it, but I just didn't want to believe it.
So you had gone and started chemotherapy, and May, you went for a trial.
Yes, me and my mum that kind of sat there when they had the offers there, and we thought about it, and it was like, yeah, there's no data to trials. Obviously, these are like new drugs that they're experimenting with, and you don't know what the effects of it are in 10 years time, in 20 years time, and it's like you've got to take that chance, and that it could work, and it could work better. Because when you look at the statistics of it reoccurring and stuff, it's like, for me, I was like, if this is a new drug that they're developing that they think is going to work, why not go for it?
Yeah.
So I went for it. And well, for me, it's worked, thankfully.
Yeah.
So I think my cycle treatments was like chemo every 2 weeks.
Okay.
But it was like all day chemo.
So you had like 1 day every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
For a full day, say.
Yeah.
I don't know how many hours or whatever, but
like the first time I had chemo, I went in at like 9:30 in the morning, and my mum picked me back up again at like 6 o'clock at night.
Okay, yeah, so long day.
Yeah, so it was like 4 different drugs that you got done, and then in between, obviously, you know, you get your saline washes and your anti-sickness all done through your drip, and it was just a very, very long day of just lots of different drugs going in your system and very tiring. And I think that's why it was like the 2 weeks, because they said they need time for it to like go into your system. And then by the time you start feeling a bit better again, you're back and again for the next round of chemo.
I have to say, it's very brave to go for a trial, I think. And you should be very proud of yourself, because if it wasn't for people like you that opted for those things, then they wouldn't become available for other people in the future. Well, that was my other thought,
so someone's got to do it, so why not try it?
You're very brave, and to be honest, you deserve to be a celebrity just for that alone.
Well, yeah, that was the thing when cancer research reached out, and there was like, well, we've seen your story, we're in a trial and whatnot, and I was like, yeah. So my trial actually wasn't one from that cancer research made.
Okay.
But regardless, the way that they kind of advocate for these different drugs and the way that I've done it is much in the same.
Okay, so how they would want to roll out one of their trials type thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So like I've entered in a trial, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to push all these new drugs to help people.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I support that. So that's why they reached out, and that's why I launched the Race for Life last month.
Yeah. No, well, honestly, well done for that, because like I say, people would maybe be put off going for a trial because they're just wanting to be cancer free as quickly as possible, or they're wanting something that works, or that, like you say, they don't, that something they know the side effects of, or something they know has been around. So it's very brave, and I'm glad it worked. I'm really, really glad that it worked out for you. And you know, chemotherapy isn't for the weak, so doing a full day every 2 weeks is tough.
Yeah, it was actually. I felt like I was lucky in the sense that I wasn't there every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got my space away from the hospital, but I got the time to just process what I was going through on my own, and as well as like with my partner, with my cousin.
Yeah.
Like my cousin Leah was there like every day. She seen me at my absolute worst.
Yeah.
And she was the only person I let see me in that vulnerable place. Well, her and Jack obviously, as you just sitting in the background while me and Leah was crying together. But like my mum and dad, I needed that kind of time away from them because I was every time they were here, I had to put on a brave face because my little brother especially, like,
yeah.
I didn't want him to see me ill. I didn't want my mum and dad to see me ill. My older brother didn't want him to see me ill. Like my older brother is not good with any sort of feelings, emotions, nothing. And he was like, when he came to my chemos with me and he sat with me, my uncle, he's the same, my dad's the same. And it's like when you think about it all, you look back on it, it's like, wow, these men who really don't understand feelings sat there with me.
To be honest, I see a little bit of similarities between me and you, in our family dynamics and the way that we are, because I would be the strong one in my family, the protector of my family. That's like where I would
like
sit.
We're the women, like we'll handle it type of thing.
So you having that on responsibility on your shoulders of being, I'm putting on a brave face to save the emotions and feelings of my close family and stuff.
And then you'll deal with it behind closed doors by yourself.
That is, that's a responsibility you shouldn't have to carry, because you should be able to be in the moment with your feelings.
Yeah.
But also, like, it's actually really admirable. Like, I admire that about you, because you're protecting the people that you love, and that's a really, really nice quality to have.
Yeah, because for me, I was like, I just know that if it was role flipped, they would try and do the exact same thing. They would put on the brave faces, and you wouldn't want to tell anyone. And that's why I hid it for so long. Like, I didn't tell anyone, and then when I did finally tell people, it was like told them at my own pace.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's still so much that you'll hold back. You'll know yourself from telling people. Like, there's bits and pieces that you won't open up to the public or to your family. You don't want them to know about you crying yourself to sleep at night.
Yeah.
Like there's like certain details that you would just kind of squash almost, not to like diminish them or anything, but just to like,
I always say
make yourself feel stronger.
I totally see where you're coming from. It's probably where I found my biggest weakness when I was going through my journey would be things like you say, like going to bed alone at night after being in the hospital all day. Like that type of stuff was really hard for me.
Yeah.
And of course, they think in your worst times you would want to have somebody there to hold your hand through that, but I didn't have that luxury. And that's something that I think that's actually the first time I've ever said that out loud, if I'm honest, and I've just said it to you. It's not something that I ever really focus on at all. I kind of keep that to myself. Yeah, because I don't even like, probably me being proud as well. I don't even like the thought of me even needing somebody. Yeah, like I know, but like I'm independent and blah blah blah.
We're women.
Yeah, so I probably don't ever share that. So yeah, I can see exactly what you mean when you say that you kind of hid it and did it at your own pace, and even now only say the things you want to say, because your journey is your personal journey.
You'll notice over the next few years, like I said, I'm kind of like a year ahead of you now.
Yeah.
You'll notice like there'll be bits and pieces where you'll start opening up more about things that you didn't think bothered you back then. Mm-hmm. As you said, like you just said that you didn't think it bothered you. Yeah, there's bits and pieces. There's bits and pieces that will come out, and you'll be like, oh, like that's actually how I felt. That's like that's something I've been like suppressing for so long. Like a big thing for me was like I did not show a single person me without my wig on. Like my mum and everything never seen me bald. My flatmate Leah, my cousin, she seen me bald. Jack seen me bald. That was it.
Yeah, you kept that.
No one seen me. Even like it took me so long to take that wig off. Like so long. I was in work and everyone at work was like, no, just take it off, just take it off. I was uncomfortably hot in work. So, and by this point I did have a bit of hair and I was uncomfortably hot. And they're like, take your wig off, take your wig. And I was like, I can't. No. But then I ended up doing it because women are like, we support each other. Yeah. And that's exactly what they were trying to do. And I was like, right, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it once. I'll come to work with my wig again tomorrow. Took it off and they were like, oh my god, you're beautiful. I was like, you look great. Yeah. Your hair looks great. I was like, oh, maybe Thanks. I do look great. Thanks. Maybe I do look good.
So when did your hair start falling out? What?
Like straight away.
So like literally like after.
Yeah. I remember, so my dad was with me, and he was taking me around all the shops and stuff. So I was like trying to find ways to kind of hide the fact that my hair was falling out, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So my dad went and spent about like £80 on hats or something. For
Bless.
he was like, no. He was like, you don't see that one, look at it. So I went and bought like hats and stuff to hide it. But
And was it
like
thinning
so
to start with?
yeah, so
Yeah.
it thinned. But I didn't realize that washing your hair is going to make your hair fall out more often. But because my hair was falling out like to an extent, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to wash it to kind of get that bit off. But as I was washing it, more was coming out. So I was kind of like hurting myself in that aspect, but I didn't realize that that was what I was doing, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So my hair fell out to the point where I just needed to
cut it off.
Yeah.
And did you do that yourself?
I done it in my kitchen with kitchen scissors. I'm not even joking.
Did you?
I'm not even joking, yeah.
So you didn't actually shave it off, you just cut it with scissors?
Yeah, I cut it in my kitchen with kitchen scissors. Like just but by the time I cut it, I swear it was like growing back again. I'm not joking. Because I was like holding on to like the last strand. So I was like, I don't want this to fall out.
Oh,
like,
Chloe.
So I just kept it because I wore wigs quite early on. Because like basically as soon as my hair kind of got to the point where I noticed like you could see my scalp and whatnot, I was like, I'll just buy wigs. And I got my wigs from Shein.
To be fair, I've ordered quite a few off of like Temu and stuff, and they're not as bad as people make out they are. Some of them, I've actually advocated a couple of times on my Instagram that the cheaper ones are sometimes, some of them are rubbish. So you are taking a bit of a chance. But some of them are some of my favourite ones to wear.
Yeah, I only wore Shein wigs. And
In fact, the one I threw off stage at Courage was from Temu.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want to throw your expensive.
I was never exactly. I never would have thrown it.
That makes more sense. Like,
yeah, I bought that one from Temu.
Yeah. People don't realise, like, see these like £10, £5 wigs. They're the best. That's all I wore. I had like one expensive one that I got obviously from the NHS. I don't know, like real hair from the NHS.
I hated my NHS one.
Yeah, same.
I don't even have it anymore.
And I got a Princess Trust one because of my age.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I think I wore it like twice.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my NHS one was terrible.
Yeah. It didn't even feel like a proper wig. It just wasn't the shape. And
I spent ages trying to get one that was, like, it took me a while to stop trying to get my own hair. Like, it took me ages. Like,
I got one that looked better than my hair.
Like, I was like, this doesn't look like my hair. It doesn't look like my hair. And it took me a while to be like, right, well, none of them are ever going to be. Because I had lovely hair. And I know you're probably not meant to say that out loud, but I feel like I can now. Like, my hair was not extensions. Like, it was thick. It was blonde. It was long. And, you know, it was like Barbie princess hair. That's what Millie would have said it was. So to lose that and then try and replace it with wigs was like really difficult. And then eventually I was like, well, actually, I could actually just get longer ones or different colors or ones with fringes. Yeah. I would never have had a fringe, but now I quite like a fringe. My wigs. Like, yeah, like, do you know what I mean? So like once I stopped trying to replace my hair with something that looked like my hair and just started wearing them for like
your ginger one.
Yeah, or like ones that are like slightly different or whatever.
Yeah.
I ended up having a lot more fun with them and I like them now. I actually really enjoy them. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to give them up.
But that was my worry. Like my hair before, I butchered my hair with bleach and box dye. And I've had every colour of hair on it. So I had red hair, I had pink hair, like I've had every colour of hair. And then it got to the point like my flatmate Leah, like she was dyeing my hair, like she was bleaching my hair. I dyed her hair ginger, she dyed my hair blonde. Like, don't do it. Like, it's just don't do it. So when it fell out, and then when I found a wig, I was like, my hair's never looked this good.
Yeah.
So I loved it. And then obviously I was still like, oh my god, my hair is falling out, like my hair, but then I was like, oh, this wig's so much better than my hair ever was.
Yeah.
And then when I like now got to the point where I got my extensions, I'm like, I miss my wigs.
Yeah.
They were so low maintenance. Didn't you wash my hair?
I know, that's the best thing about wigs.
And you just pulled out the packet and it was curly, like.
And you know, like for me, I'm like, God, I don't have to think about like hair wash day, or like,
yeah,
you know, if I go to the gym or to my PT or whatever, I don't have to worry about like, oh, I've just washed my hair and then, or I've just like styled it, or you know what I mean? Like, I never ever have to use dry shampoo. Like I
Do
know
you know how much money I waste on dry shampoo?
like, you know, there's so much stuff that I'm like, I really do enjoy a wig.
Yeah, there's honestly, you don't know what you're missing out on if you don't wear wigs. Like, I'm not funny. They're brilliant.
And so you cut your hair in the kitchen?
Yeah.
And were you emotional about it, or how do you remember feeling about that stuff?
I remember just thinking, oh my god, Leah's going to shout at me when she comes home and sees what I've done. She's going to be like, why did you do it with kitchen scissors? Like, for one. But it was just, I just kind of got to the point where I was like, you know what, I don't even want to hanging on to anymore because I had about 4 strands of hair or something.
Yeah.
Like, it got to the point where it was so bad and I was like, you know what, I do just need to cut it. And I did it, and it was almost like a relief because it was like holding on to that person I was before.
Yeah.
And that was like my kind of pivotal moment where I then kind of started to look at things a bit more positively and get a bit better. Because by then it must have been about 2 months in, maybe.
Okay.
So I done chemo for May and June, scanned, and they was like, oh no, it's like it's gone, whatever else.
Okay.
Then I just done 2 more rounds in the July just to be sure, because it was like, no, I'll be fine. And then I had no chemo for August, and then in the September I had more chemo because that's when they kind of scanned me and was like, oh,
it's come back, or it's still
yeah,
there.
there was like it's on the other side now. But then I found out later on that it never left. It was there was always a lump on the other side. It just got a little bit bigger.
Okay.
It was just kind of like more noticeable.
More, yeah. Okay.
So then they done more chemo, and then after that they never scanned me again because obviously like then comes the risk between the scans and the radiation on the scans. So I had a lot of scans.
Yes.
I think I maybe had about 5 PET scans, 6 PET scans, which are a lot of radiation on your body.
To be fair, I go for more CT scans than I do PET scans.
The last scan I had was a CT scan.
Yeah, and I got diagnosed off the back of a CT scan. So that's how they found my lymphoma.
Mine was only from the biopsy. That was the way they diagnosed me.
So I don't know how many PET scans I've actually had, but yes, I get more CT scans, and I don't know if I'll get one. So I've got like my 6-month review coming up, and I don't know whether I'll, because they kind of said they won't do one at every review.
Yeah.
Because
no, they won't, because it's
damaging.
It's a lot of radiation put on someone's body, especially in a short period of time. Because obviously you'll get checked over the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Until you're kind of out of remission.
Yeah. And how about being in remission? So when did you kind of get told?
So I never heard the birds were in remission. I just kind of took it upon myself to put myself in remission. I've seen so many different doctors that it was like, I heard that you're in recovery.
Okay.
So the recovery kind of started from the 27th of September.
That's an amazing tattoo.
So then your recovery is obviously 3 months. So it was like 3 months after that, which is the December. Yeah, December 27th. So then your remission starts after your recovery.
Okay.
So after that 3 months, it's in remission for 5 years.
You're in remission for 5 years.
Yeah, so I'm like 18 months in remission now, I think.
Gosh, that's really good.
Yeah, no, thank God.
I know.
It's like the longest year of my life. Like that year from 21 to 22.
And I know, like, from an outsider point of view, you might not feel like this, but I know you're saying like you've missed out on so much, but you've gained a lot.
Yeah, I've gained a lot of friends. I've gained a lot of life experience.
Yeah, you've got life. It's absolutely not something you'd ever want to wish on somebody or anything at all. And at the time, like I say, like you're 21, you want to be doing loads of different other things. This is the last thing you want to be doing, obviously. But in your lifetime, I hope that you can look back on it and think like, actually, that's the type of thing that made me who I am.
Yeah.
And the resilience and strength and everything that you gained from having to go through that at the age that you did.
Yeah.
Is actually going to hopefully benefit you.
In the long run.
In a different way, yeah. You know, I'm not belittling the 21-year-olds that go to festivals and all this other stuff, but not a lot of life experience is gained at a festival. Some,
yeah,
but not, you know what I mean?
Like maybe like the survival instincts.
Yeah, you've gone through something really, really tough at a really pivotal age of your life, and yeah that will have.
It sounds strange as well, but it's almost like you're grateful for the kind of experience that you get.
I think of myself as very lucky, but like, you know, I think of it as like you now have a view of the world. You're not going to take the same things for granted. You're not going to, and that's rare to have, and I hope that you have that. I mean, I know that like you probably won't let anything go by you, you know, and things that you want to do in your life and stuff, you maybe have an extra push to actually go and do them and get out and do stuff. And like I say, raising money, being one of them, doing courage was probably a really big deal. You know,
I would have never done like anything like courage before, like go and walk on a catwalk.
And I have never seen somebody rock a catwalk like you did. Like main
Since
character,
somebody threw her wig off on the catwalk.
No, but main character energy was absolutely spewing out of you walking down that catwalk. Some of them, when we watch the video back and you just see you just light up the whole room. You're like, and you look like you're having the best time.
I do. Do you know what? I think if above anything, it's probably given me this outlook of just don't be afraid to, like, because of how you look. Like, don't be afraid to look like a fool.
I think you've given me like a new lease of life. Sometimes
I think I've given everyone a new lease of life.
Like your energy really does.
I was the baby of the group.
It's very infectious, your energy.
Yeah, we're all going to Ibiza. So.
I've been to Ibiza many moons ago, and it was the best. It was a very good experience. It was very fun.
It's expensive.
It is quite expensive.
Maybe we'll get sponsorships.
Well, like we could get Wayne Lineker to fly us over.
That would be a dream.
I mean, he does it with other people.
If only.
Influencers and stuff. Why not cancer patients? Like, he's a charitable guy, that Wayne. So you never know. He might take pity on us.
He might give 23 cancer patients the dream. Make-A-Wish Foundation.
for us.
Hopefully.
But yeah, I know it's really, really nice to sit and hear your story. And for me, it's good to hear because, like you say, you're like...
This will be you in a year's time.
Yeah, like you're like a whole year in front of me. And yeah, you seem to have really bossed your recovery.
Yeah, I'd definitely try to be into a different person.
And you're very inspirational to people like me.
Yeah.
So I hope you know that.
It's very appreciated. Thanks for having me.
No, honestly, I'd have you on again.
Okay, fine.
And when you're a big time celebrity on Loose Women or whatever you're doing,
I might start charging you.
Just remember, just remember the little people.
Oh, I will. I'll remember the people I got with her.
Oh, but no, it was very special to speak to you.
Yeah,
and hear all about your journey, and it gives me a nice insight. I mean, it's nice to get to know all the women from Courage, but this, like, one-on-one time to actually learn about your experience is really special. I feel very privileged that you're trusting me with that. So
no, that's fine.
But yeah, it was good. It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we didn't cry.
I know. I cried in the car on the way here.
I was a little bit emotional at some points. I was thinking, oh, especially when you were talking about your hair, but I didn't actually cry. So
well, it's only because you'll know exactly what I'm speaking about now.
Yeah, no, I do.
Yeah. But you'll be sat here in a year's time with extensions like me.
Oh my God, honestly, I can't wait.
Thank you so
much. That was really good. No, that's okay.